Alright, sorry, I'll just wait for the kettle to stop boiling. It's butter. So I haven't done many puddings. I don't think I've done any puddings at all. So we'll do one today. Jump. Oh, front off. So we've got flour, SR, and bicarbonate of soda. So I was up the. I've been kind of cutting down on the sugar recently, so I haven't been eating too many puddings. But I was up the hospital the other day, and they did the prick test on me. Passed that, obviously. And they prick your finger, check your blood sugar level, and it was within tolerance. It was normal. And so I thought, let's celebrate that by reversing it and having making a sticky toffee pudding, which is loaded with sugar. So let us do that. Haven't made this for years. Have I made this in this house? I don't think I have. I've been here 5 years. I don't think I've made it in that time. So dates. I live in it says 4. I've got here written down here 5 ounces of dates, and that is 4, 5, 6, almost 7. But then I've got or 7, so I'll put all these dates in. I live in southeast London, and one of the benefits of living here is that there's all kinds of different shops. I don't know what this is for. I don't know what the point of this is. Like, is it supposed to help get the seed out? I don't know. The I might microwave these actually. I'm going to kind of contradict myself here. They're straight out of the fridge. One of the benefits of living in southeast London is that you get, or in any city even, is that you get, you know, all these different nationalities of shops around. And the Middle Eastern kind of Arabic kind of people, they're big on their dates. So the dates that you get in these local shops are really good. They're nice and fresh. And these are actually not the best ones. They've been in the fridge for a wee while, quite a few days, so that doesn't help. But they tend to be a wee bit softer, chewier, a bit more caramelly, toffee-y than the supermarket. The supermarket tend to be a wee bit drier. So these are really good. They're kind of fresher dates that you get in these kind of local Arab kind of shops. And but these are a wee bit. Actually, the shop I got these in was Nepalese, but maybe that's why they're not as good as the shop next door kind of thing. But anyway, doesn't matter. Any dates at all, any dried dates at all, because we're going to hydrate them. We're going to pour water on. We'll put them into boiling water. So the first job is to get the seeds out of them and to chop them up. I used to make this in a restaurant I worked in a long time ago, and I can't remember the recipe exactly that we did back then, but this recipe is just kind of this is the top search in Google kind of thing, this recipe. And I did that Google search, you know, whatever, years and years ago, 7, 8, 9 years ago or something like that, and that recipe, it's really, really good. And it's just the basic kind of recipe, and wee bit of work in this, getting all these seeds out. Yeah, these are actually quite hard. They look softer in the packet. Could have probably microwaved them for a few seconds. That would have helped. Just don't like having to press too hard with a knife. You know, you just make one slip and it's straight through my fingers. What you want to do is just chop them up into, these are quite hard. Actually, I won't do that. Yeah, these dates are a wee bit dry, they're a wee bit tough, but it's okay, we can work with them. But the fresher ones are obviously better. Or I really should have microwaved them. Working from a recipe today for the first time, rather than just punching it up on the fly. Bit of work, but in the end, well worth it. It's this is really good. Just give it another quick boil. So it wasn't one teaspoon. Right, okay. So we've got. I'll put the recipe up on the thing, obviously. Teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, 9 fluid ounces of water, which is, oh, it's not a fluid, oh, is that? Yeah, ounces, so 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so it's halfway up there. And I think we do use this water, so we want to be accurate with it. So bicarbonate of soda, boiling water, and then drop the dates into it. This will soften them, it'll rehydrate them a bit, which these, I should have weighed them actually to double check, but it's about between 5 and 7 ounces of dates. As we go along. Okay, that's supposed to soak for about 10 minutes, so what we'll do is we'll crack on with the cake batter mixture. So I want 2.5 ounces of butter. I've got caster sugar written here, but I think I'm going to use brown sugar. So 1 ounce. 2.5. As you're working, you kind of put things away, so you're just clearing up the kitchen as you go along. Two and a half ounces of, I've got caster sugar written there. I'm going to use this soft brown sugar. We're making a dark kind of sponge cake here, so the dates, so it makes sense. 1, 2. And a half. And that felt it was soft enough there, I think. And we want 5 ounces of self-raising flour. Probably will want to sift that. So we'll have to cream this together. You could obviously use a machine like the Kenwood for this as well, but I quite like the problem that I've got with the Kenwood is that, you know, I'm using 2.5 ounces of sugar, 2.5 ounces of butter. The machine is that machine is very good, especially with cake batters. The Kenwood, the KitchenAid rather, it's very good. It just doesn't really handle small quantities very well. It kind of tends to run up the sides. Put this away so dirty. Covered in chocolate powder. Yeah, chocolate fudge cake, that's another thing I'll need to do one day. Okay, so just cream these together. If that butter would, the butter had been out of the fridge for just for a few seconds, but maybe a minute or two, but I think it was, I think it's soft enough, just about soft enough, but you can microwave it for a few seconds if it's not soft enough. You know what, it's not soft enough. It's flipping all over the floor. Just microwave it for less than 10 seconds. There's 9 seconds. Should be okay. Chunk of butter missing there. Let's not knock the proportions out too much. Yeah, so if the butter's straight in the fridge, just microwave it a wee bit just to get it soft. That should work now. So you can see the colour at this point, quite dark, because I obviously used the brown sugar. But what we want to do is get that to kind of pale, creamy kind of colour. See how much lighter it is now. Almost there. The kind of the longer you do this, the better without it splitting, obviously, because it can separate. Now I'll just turn the oven on to just 190, I think. Just taking a wee break because that noise is flipping annoying. You can see how much paler it is now. This once more. A few. Call that done at that. So what you want to do is, so it's 2 eggs, 5 ounces of self-raising flour. So what I'm going to do is, just going to add them one at a time. So you want the eggs to get mixed in properly, but you don't. I might probably show you that actually. Let's sift that flour. So that's self-raising flour. If you haven't got self-raising, you can use plain flour and put some baking powder in it. That's all self-raising flour is. Doesn't need a good clean, it's just a white, it's just a bit of flour. Okay, so what you want to do then is you want to mix the egg properly, but you don't want to overmix the flour. If you beat the flour too much, it'll go kind of tough. It's not a very nice texture in the final cake. It's a very pale looking egg, that, isn't it? So what I will do is, if I just mix this egg in alone, it'll probably separate a wee bit, and the fats will separate from the solids. You can kind of see that happening a wee bit there. You can see there's that kind of dotted texture. That's what's happening. To solve that, you just put in a wee touch of flour. So put in a small amount of flour, low speed. And that's kind of solved that now. It's nice and creamy, nice and soft, and it's got rid of that. So if it ever does split on you, you just add a wee bit of extra flour. That brings it back together. I don't really bother about the size of the eggs. I tend to always buy large eggs. You kind of get a bit more liquid in there. I'll just drop the rest in. That's done. So it's a very quick mix of the flour in at the end. Actually, you know what I should do? Pulled out a bit prematurely, that. And what I want to do, I just want to sort of fold that last bit of flour in. So I didn't mix the 100% the last bit of flour, just fold it in gently. Just because the beaters beat it quite, the machine beats it quite aggressively, and it can overwork the flour, and that ruins the final texture of the sponge. So what have we got? We've got our dates, 9 fluid ounces of water, a teaspoon of bicarb. I think I'm putting this whole water in as well, which is a bit odd, but it's very good. So you've got the bicarb soaked, 2.5 ounces of butter, sugar, cream together, 2 eggs, 5 ounces of self-raising flour. So let's dump this in. Just go with it, just bear with it. Yeah. Seems a bit weird at the moment, but just that water will add a lot of lightness to it. And again, without trying to work it too much, just gently fold it in. And that really doesn't look right at all. I don't think it should be as liquidy as that. Should I have put the water in? Um, 9 fluid ounces of water. Did I write that down right? I haven't known it to be as liquid as that. It's getting lumps of cake mixture in it. There's a fly there as well. The door's open. Back off. Shit. Wee flies laughing at it. He's going, why is that so watery? Well, if you're watching this video, it means it was successful. But this doesn't look right at all. So, bung it in the oven anyway and see what happens. I've come this far, so. That doesn't look right at all. Okay, and I've just stuck the oven on at 190 and basically just bake it until it's cooked. If it does work, then you just put a spike in it, and once it comes out clean, probably in about 30 to 40 minutes. Move that shelf. So I will come back you see that? The reflections of my thing. Goodness, what's happening here? I'm in the shadow at every angle. There we go. 9:40. I'll be back. Alright. 20, so 40 to 20 is about 40 minutes ish. Yeah, double check the recipe and turn that off. Double check the recipe and it's right enough. It looked awfully watery there, but there you go. So to check it, as you can see, I checked it a wee second ago there. Just put a skewer right in the middle of it, and what you're looking for is that it's nice and clean. There's no kind of gooiness on it, and you can touch it to your hand like that, and it should be really hot. It should burn your hand, kind of thing, and that means you know it's cooked all the way through. So that's good. So what we'll do now is we'll make the butterscotch sauce. So put a pan on. I never really bother measuring this. It's quite a forgiving kind of sauce. So I will this. So I probably should measure this out, but I never really bother. Just a bit of sugar. Basically whatever you kind of do, it tastes really good. Just a good couple of ounces and all the butter like that. Chuck that in. And then some double cream. Just a kind of just a measure. And that's it. And we'll get a whisk into that. So what I want to do is I want to punch some holes in that. I think I've got a chopstick, that could be good. Not too high with the temperature. This is a really nice kind of caramel sauce, butterscotch sauce. Nothing to it. Lots of uses for it. You can just pour that over a bit of ice cream. You can put some bananas, put some nice ripe bananas in that, put some puff pastry on it in a pan, bang it in the oven. And obviously boiling sugar, it's really, really hot. Turn that off and that's it done. Nothing to it. So you just have to be careful, that's boiling sugar, but I'm going to have a wee taste. Very forgiving, just kind of just stick in any old quantities, it doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do is, just going to punch a load of holes in this. I've kind of timed this a bit badly. I think I'll need to I'll need to freeze this. What I mean is, by timing it badly, I mean that my neighbours are not here at the moment, because I really should give a portion of this or two to them, but they're not here, they're on their holidays. What that means is that I'm going to have to eat all this myself, so I reckon I'll put some in the freezer. And yeah, I live in London and I know all my neighbours and I talk to them. They cook for me, I've cooked for them a few times. It's not all anonymous and unfriendly in the big city. And that's it, sticky toffee pudding. Yeah, you can, what I can do is I can let this cool and I can put it in a couple of plastic containers and put it in the freezer, and then that will last really nicely because it is pretty heavy on the sugar. And what I can do is so what would that be? You can maybe get, so that would be 8 small portions out of that. And it's quite obviously quite rich, quite dense. So, well, you say that, it's actually the water, all that water that went into it made it nice and actually made it quite light. So if it's not bad enough for you at the moment, ice cream is good, or another bit of double cream over it. So a treat, an occasional indulgence. Obviously very high in sugar, high in fat, but really, really good. So that's your sticky toffee pudding, butterscotch sauce, cream on it, done. Really, really good.